Yo, welcome back to Hit Away Hurts. We're back with another episode and back with another guest, and this time it's Max Weston, the biggest shoe plug of Australia. How's it going, guys?
Yo, what is up? Welcome, Max Weston, to Hit It Where It Hurts. Bro, we're so lucky to have you on, literally. We understand you have like a full busy schedule. How are you today?
Good. How are you guys yourself?
Bro, I was doing pretty good till Australian internet decided to, it decided to say, nah, we're not doing the podcast tonight, but we still pushed through and we're here today.
That's how it
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. I'm glad we can do this. Glad you guys can have me on this talk. Really appreciate it. It's going to be real interesting. And yeah, let's see what you're all about too.
For sure. So let's get started. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I mean, the market here in Australia is growing for sneakers, and I mean, I have a love for sneakers. I've been following sneakers for about 4 or 5 years now. I grew up, not having the most money for kicks and that, and that's why I started hustling, and I enjoyed getting the kicks. I enjoy lining up, if I got the time now with being open with a store, but I go down to lineups when I can. We go cop shoes. I pay people, to line up for me, or we'll buy shoes once people come straight out of Foot Locker, JD Sports, etc. Cash them out, and make our markup, put them in the store, or chuck them online.
For sure. And so what got you into that like hustle of like buying, reselling? Because not a lot of people at such a young age. So what age did you start at?
I was about like 15.
15. So, bro, people at
15 when I started.
But people at 15 were running amok, meeting up with girls, this and that, kicking back. What got you into the art of like buying and reselling? Because it's such a good skill to have, like, and for anything really.
Well, to be honest with you, we all done that. We all been there. Had our fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we still do, we all have a fun. But I think it was more that I was wanting to push for more in life, and knew that we all are worth much more, and we can do a whole lot more than than our mind thinks. We think we can't do stuff, but we literally can do anything our mind puts us to it. And I think also not having the most money all the time for shoes and that, I was like, what's a good way to make legitimate money, not get myself in trouble, because I just want to try to keep my head straight. I was a little bit of a naughty kid in school, but that's school. But school was me. That's what I can say about school. But yeah, at the end of the day, I've always just loved sneakers, and I just wanted to make some money, screw my head on. I mean, I do go out every now and then, but I try not, because I enjoy seeing something that I can build. And I don't know how to word it, but it just satisfies me.
Yeah, it hits that spot, bro. It hits that spot.
This, grinding. And one thing I can also say about it too is also seeing so many older people, they do enjoy what they do, but not to the fullest. How many
100.
older people have, you've grown up like uncles, aunties, maybe parents, who knows, and they do enjoy going to work, but not really, because at the end of the day, they're tired. They just want to go to bed. They want to relax. And that's what I want to do too. I'm working to try to build this skill so large, so, eventually I can have people under me working in the store, or have another store, who knows. But yeah, just I got big plans for this stuff.
I love it, bro.
For sure, bro. We're here for it. We're here for it.
Now you said something really important at the start. You said you were a naughty kid, but then you wanted a better path for yourself, and you wanted to go straight and make legitimate money. And a lot of people think that they grow up in a place, or grow up with a certain family, or in a certain environment, and that there's no way out in their minds. But there's always ways out. There's always things that they can try to make a better person, like a better future for themselves, build a legacy like you are doing right now, building a legacy, thinking about opening another store, maybe having bigger plans, bro. That is like what it's all about, dreaming big and then taking actions on those dreams.
For sure, for sure.
That is very true. I love what you said there, Mark.
My guy. So like, bro, like if there's other people in the flipping game, what would you tell them, like, for them to
Yeah,
keep going? Because I know you've been at this since like 2019, like 2017, was it?
yeah, roughly about 2017, like been
Yeah.
going kind of hard at it, like probably more going into 2018, you know, and as the years go on, you get into it more and more. Like, I mean, there's been times where I've done like 3 camp outs and, you know, you don't get shoes, but like, that's just part of it. And I mean,
Yeah.
what I would say to the younger generation or people who are doing this stuff now, like, just keep pushing. If you have a passion for something, keep pushing, because at the end of the day, like it is working, right? But
Yeah.
really this work is more enjoyable than you could think. You go stand in a line with a couple of friends, you know, you're paying your friends a couple of dollars to help you out. Next thing you know, you're out the next morning selling those shoes. As I was younger, because this
Yeah.
is how I built up my company a little bit. I would get kicks from, like, you know, up, sell them, and then, you know, reinvest the next day kind of thing. And I think, you know, that's an important thing to all resellers. They need to keep that in their mind, like, you know, and a lot of them do. They always reinvest, always.
All
For
about that.
for real, bro, for real. Everyone's always reinvesting into themselves, and that's how they make it to the top. And I love how you said, like, you know, at one point in your life, you got to wake up to what actually gives you that feeling, and you can't explain that feeling, but we understand what you were talking about, right? Like, it hits that spot in your head where you feel like you're doing what you love. You feel like the hard work, it really does satisfy your needs specifically. You know what I mean? And you feel like that's all you want to do.
Yeah.
So did you always know, like from a young age, that you were going to end up, you know, owning your own store and stuff? Or when you started, was it a short-term thing?
Like, to be honest, with that question there, like, nah, I never knew this. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I thought I was going down a bad path, you know, but
yeah.
like, you just, like, you know, life hits you sometimes, and
100,
I
bro.
mean, sometimes it can be for the bad, sometimes it can be for the great, and this has like changed me as a person. And I mean, there's lots of little things along in life that you know, had made this kind of happen, which was like awesome. Like, I'm so grateful to be able to do something like this at such a young age as well. Like, and
Yeah,
I want to like share that with everyone, not just to be like, yeah, look at me, kind of. I want to, like, especially to the youth, I want to inspire the youth so they can, like, you know, hopefully do something like that if they ever wanted to one day, because that
for
would be
real.
awesome. You know,
Yeah, like I think people that, like, you know, they go down that track, like we've all been there, bro, where you look at your life and you're like, fuck, like what am I doing? Yeah, like everything you do has no purpose in that moment. And it's like you make that change where you start to realize what you love and what you actually really want to do, and then you execute on it, and then you never look back, you know? And everyone needs that moment in their life. Literally everyone.
yeah.
And like, you were talking about like inspiring like the youth and getting into it and stuff like that. A lot of people end up going into things like this and then they don't see progress for the short term and then they give up. What's like, what would, how would you tell, like what would you tell to these people? Because like obviously it's a long term thing and it takes time to get to where you are right now. So like, give them some advice on like how they can keep going and have some patience while doing it.
I mean, like, I
Did,
mean, I'm a bit for real right now. I'm so grateful I got my shop, but like, you know, I just pushed for that. And like, what made me so happy, like, you know, I've got a car, I've had like 4 cars.
yeah.
You know, at age of 18, which is awesome. I now have shop. Like, you know, you have to reward yourself. And as much as I don't have like what, you know, money comes and goes all the time, but I don't have money sitting there like all the time. And it's because I'm reinvesting it. And, that's what I want to share with other people, because, investing into other things can like help you financially get free. I think that's one thing that like why I work so hard as well at such a young age. And I think that's another thing, that a lot of other people should like hear, because how many people have a mortgage at 50, 60 years old? And I
Yeah.
really don't want that to happen. I want to do a lot of things in life, all right? Like I
Yeah.
want to do a lot.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, being financially free in life is something that's always in my mind. And I think a lot of people should keep that in their mind because like it's not about having, oh, yeah, you've got that Rolex or you've got that Lambo. But how nice would it be not to live off that day-to-day kind of, oh, sorry, week-to-week
100, bro.
paycheck kind of thing,
Yeah.
hundred.
and
100%.
just bills are gone. And like, I kid you not, I think that's a big thing for me, why I just want to keep pushing towards my business. And I think I won't give up on it until I reach what I want. And, I don't think I'll ever reach what I want. I'll just keep pushing. And I think that's something, if people feel right that, they shouldn't give up as much as the tough times can come and go. You just got to stick with it. If your heart tells you, stick with it.
100, bro, 100. And like people, the reason why people stop midway or they struggle to push past the points where they're not making that much money or when they're not making that much sales because they're in it for the money. You know what I mean? They're in it for the rollie, they're in it for the Lambo. So when that goes on hold, they can't really continue themselves forward, right? But like you said, bro, like you've done so much and you still don't feel like it's enough. You know what I mean? And people don't have that like gotta get it mindset. So the fact that you have that mindset and you're able to get to where you are now from where you started is a big motivation for anyone going through the exact same thing.
Yeah, definitely. And like with anyone, like I try to preach things onto people all the time. Just want to hope to make their life better and help them. That's
For real. Yeah.
just a really like nice skill to have as well. Not just be like I'm here to take your money. Like a service I love to give to my customers is me, like I've never spent over a couple thousand on a pair of shoes for myself. But like I want to make sure if my customers spending, at least a couple $100, no matter what, they're still gonna get great service. But
For real.
like some sneaker stores around the world, people just feel like they're distracted. Like the are distracted, that they're treated right. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like we want your money, but not all stores are like that. You gangster stores with gangster people, and they
Yeah.
treat you well. But then I want to get that best service because seeing that customer walk away happy with a smile on their face, that's what I like.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah, bro, that shit, like, like, that feeling of when you treat a customer well and they come back because of the way you treated them, not only because of the things you're selling them. It's like, it's a good feeling, bro, because you genuinely change someone's life. You genuinely put positive energy into the world. And then once you learn how to do that stuff and you come on here to talk to people about it, that's what it's all about, right? Like, me and Mark felt the same way when we started our first business. It's like, bro, we want to teach people, like, this is what they can do with their life. They don't have to live the same way every single fucking day. Now, like, for you, I'd assume PerthShoePlug now is like your full-time job. You're 100 in it, right?
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
like pretty much my full-time job for like 4 years almost.
And
So
so,
like it's been pretty hectic. Like that's every day, every
Yeah.
day.
we know it well, bro. We know it well. And so, like, the thing is, right, like, people say side hustle, right? Like, let's say they flip sport cars, they flip sneakers, whatever it is. But really, in their minds, in their hearts, they want to make it a full-time job like you. They want to go all in. They want to quit everything and put everything into it. How is it to make that transition from making it some side stuff to making it your main thing? What advice would you give regarding that?
Like I think just big thing is passion.
Yeah.
Like I said, with
Yeah.
your heart, go with what your heart. Like if you've got the money, you've got the time, you've like put in a little bit of knowledge towards it. Well,
Yeah.
why not? Like give it your all if you can do it.
Mm.
Definitely. I mean, like, I'm so lucky and grateful. Like, I still live with my parents.
Yeah.
And like hoping to get my own place eventually. Hopefully, that's one of my last goals that I've got on a board. I think having a vision board or a whiteboard, something like that, is great. I had 3 goals on it, and the last one is to get a place this year. So that would be great if that happened. And like one of them was store, and one of them was new car. So I think for everyone, if you have something like that and you wake up every day and you see that, your mind's just gonna tell you, I want that, go get that,
100. Yeah.
I was listening to audiobook today, and it said your mind takes 22 days to develop into a habit. And when you're doing the same thing every single day, like that just builds on, and your whole mind changes, and all you see is that end goal, and every day you're gonna be trying to achieve that end goal. And bro, it looks like that's exactly what you're doing. It's straight up amazing, bro. Honestly.
And like
Yeah.
but like I think for everyone, like it's such a simple little thing, like I found it funny, like I bought so much random stuff at like 18 years old. Like I bought like 4 whiteboards. Like what is this? But this is the stuff that keeps me, like I write so much stuff down every day, and I just because our brain, we have so many thoughts a day, which is quite crazy. But writing these things down and just getting them done, because our mind goes like processes, like I can't even remember how many thoughts, but it was just crazy. So, it's great to just have little things like that, and you just wipe it off, get it done, and that there's another little like satisfaction, like kind of feeling as well.
Yeah.
I'll say that, bro, straight out.
And in that one is simple. It's only a couple dollars, and it's simple.
Yeah, exactly.
And it makes a difference.
It honestly does, yeah. Because I have one right there, and like every day I wake up, I jot down like my goals that I want to like do today. Right, it actually goes hard, I'm telling you.
Did you want me to address the comments?
Yeah,
you were gonna do it. Yeah,
Alfred said my boy Maxi. I think Alfred knows you. Toby as well. Yeah. So bro, with opening your own store, right? What was like did that make it easier for you to sell more sneakers? Because I know a lot of people like sell on is it StockX, Go app, whether it's eBay, this that. Like how's the transform thing like,
Yeah, how was the transition?
Transition, yeah.
I mean, it's been quite crazy in the store. I mean, I'd say there's nearly been over 2,000, about 2,500 people have come through since opening, which is awesome. Like, I was quite happy with the traffic. It's a great location. But with the sales, it's like pretty crazy. Also because I was going through a lot of fraud with the website, which was like a big problem for the past like year and a half. But I think that's another thing, that some people don't know about, like my business, and I mean, which kind of I feel like set back my company a little bit, which is fine. But at the end of the day, I just had that mindset to keep pushing. And I think having like get a store on my whiteboard for probably the past 6-7 months. I'd always been planning since I'd opened to want to have my own store, like opening the company. Just like I felt like this year was kind of the right time. I wanted to at the end of last year, but COVID's a bit silly, got in the way.
Well, straight out.
And that fucked with everyone's mind as well, which is tough. Like, it's tough. But at the end of the day, you just see little things like that, and it just pushed me. And now, like, I'm so grateful to have a store.
Bro, you know what I love about that? That like, bro, all it started from was like an Instagram page. Yeah, all it started from was probably from your house, packing your shoes and shit from your little room. Yeah. And at times, right, just like everyone else, it would have seemed like you got goals to have like your own store and stuff, but at times you would have felt like is it gonna happen? Like how much longer? Like you're speaking 4 years, bro. That's a grind, bro. That's more than a habit. That's a lifestyle, bro. That's a lifestyle. And so the fact that you kept it going and now you're like one of the most recognized like exclusive sneaker shops in Australia is fucking amazing, bro. And like that should be motivation for anyone hustling, bro. Anyone hustling out of their mum's basement, hustling off the street, whatever they're doing, that there's chances, you know? Like you just got to keep executing and eventually you'll get it.
Definitely.
So action.
And yeah, and so like take it back to like your first ever sale, right? Some people struggle with that. How was it making like your first ever sale, and how did you actually do it? Like how did you go about it?
Like I think it went pretty well, like from what I can remember. You know,
Yeah.
it was like it was, I felt like it was my first proper sale with the company PerthShoePlug. And they were just like some off-white Converse shoes, and I'd sold it to some guy outside the train station in the city. And yeah,
No,
like, you know, I
it's the most
remember he, like,
commonplace, bro.
and he like wanted to try one, and I was just like, oh, like, you know, like felt a bit weird, like, and then like, you know, like as a sneaker blokes be like that, but
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, okay, like it was all good. Didn't think it was gonna run off, and then yeah, he bought them, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, like that was cool. I was like, I like that.
You never
Yeah.
know who's gonna pull a dirty.
Well, straight out.
I think yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I think yeah, another love came for, like, you know, I felt like I could make something out of it. I was like, oh, like, you know, that's like working for myself because I just made that money. Where,
Yeah.
you know, like we can go like now, let's say, you know, got people like flipping other things, like you said, cars, or like, you know, maybe in real estate, or, you know, like just because now we're growing up, we do more things like that. But like, you know, for example, something like vapes,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
it could build from like a little love, like, you know, and this is kind of where it did start from. I had a love for TNs before, and, you know, had a bit of a collection and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's, I think, where I also, yeah, started to see the transition in sneakers in Australia as well.
That's
For
sick.
real. And before you touch,
Yeah.
you're gonna touch on the comments.
Nah,
Yeah.
you go. I had something else to say.
Oh no, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, I
go
was
for it.
gonna say, like, the thing is, you thought outside the box. You saw a market that was untouched, and you entered in it. Cause I know, like, I've heard of another shoe plug in Australia, but you're the second one I've heard of. Like, I know a lot in America because they're like all big and stuff, but like it's so hard to find some in Australia. Like, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, you found a gap, man.
For real, the demographics a lot different here. You know, it's hard to find people who like are like this tight knit exclusive sneaker. But once you do like one good sale, I reckon in that market, your name will get well known. And I love how you said like when you make your first sale, bro, that feeling when you don't get done dirty and you make money for yourself, it's a crazy feeling. You know that you want to do that for the rest of your life when that shit happens. So I just want to address the comments because we have some of your fans here. Alfred said, got to touch on Max's determination. He's definitely been through a lot to get to today. What do you think? What do you think like was like the biggest thing that kept you determined throughout everything you've been through?
Like, again, it's like so much of this is actually hard to comment on, and like I feel like I'm just a young kid.
Yeah.
But I do want to inspire people, not just young, also adult people, or adults, sorry. But like, I think what really kept me determined was just, I like working for myself, which is awesome. Like, you know, I have a couple friends here that work for themselves. Like, you know, they love it. They get to do kind of what they want when they want, but it's not like it is like that. But then again, I choose to work all the time. Like, I might, I have my door closed today, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still working. I had someone in for 2 days the other day, so I could go pick up stock.
Yeah.
But, you know, I had to do it. I got it done. But at the end of the day, I'm still working, and I think I love working for myself. Like, I think if you can find something like a niche that you are good at, you can build a skill in.
That's it.
Yeah, go like literally just go for it, and you'll like your love and your passion, they just come together, and next thing you know, like you can do anything. Like
That's
I'm
it, bro.
speechless on what to say to that
Right, this is like a
that
living,
fan.
yeah. You're
You
like a living example of it, honestly, bro. Like,
literally,
straight up.
literally. And I know we answered that question before, but because it's people asking, I thought I'd like mention it again, just for anyone who's come in new. Another question we got was from Toby. He said, "You treated yourself to anything nice since opening up the new store?"
And then he's like, walk my dog.
He's like, "Come walk my dog."
um, yeah, might have to do that, Toby. But nah, like I did something small recently. I just bought like a couple clothes and that. But honestly, most of my money I just reinvest in my
Reinvest it.
company.
That's it, bro.
Like
That's it.
every dollar, and it's gonna be like that for hopefully hopefully I can start paying myself at the start of the new year. But
Mm.
yeah,
That's insane, bro.
always I'll just invest a lot of my money to my business, and I think I won't only do it with this company. I definitely do want to do other
That's insane, bro.
things,
For
100%.
real.
pushing this company until I'm a grandpa. I want to be that old grandpa who wears all the Supreme and that.
Oh,
Bro,
yes,
you're gonna
bro.
be
That's the
dripping.
dream.
You're gonna be kicking out with Snoop Dogg, smoking a joint, kicking out. Oh, that's
Oh,
sick.
shit.
No, so like, I've seen your page on social media. You've got like hella followers. Has that like helped with like pushing your sneakers to people as well? Like getting it across to people?
Yeah, I think the following does help, but I think a lot of people think about the following too much. I mean, it is definitely good to build the following, and I mean, if you do have a following, one day you could get like 10 followers, the next you could get 20, because they see such a large following that like, oh, it's a trustworthy kind of company.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it has helped, and like in saying that there, it has helped like customers purchase off me. Like I've shown them my Instagram account, things with references and that, and it helps with the sale. Like once they see like that, you eventually build a good enough like customer base, and like now it's with the shop. I've had like 2-3 people come in and say, "Oh, is this stuff fake?" But it's expected. It's expected.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
like it's just like, yeah.
For sure.
100%.
And so like the thing is, right, that you speak about like how genuine you are with your customers, and like how like you really want to make the difference in their life. That's a lot to do with like your personal branding, right? And so it's not only the following, like people following you, but people knowing of you and how you operate and how you really treat everyone with the same amount of passion and determination, I think is what really would build your name up, right? And once you do it to one person, this person will tell that person, and it'll go everywhere, right? And also, like, the issue with like people coming in to ask about your shoes, bro, that's the problem with markets nowadays, is that it's so oversaturated with fraudsters, fakers, this and that. So it's like, for you to be able to push yourself as someone genuine, someone authentic, and now be recognized as that's going to propel you forward, because everyone's trying to do what you're doing, but they're just doing it the fake way. You know what I mean? As in you're being genuine about it.
Yeah, no, and I think that's I think like a lot of the other younger resellers, I mean, like, yeah, I don't know why I always say younger. I mean, they are younger than me, and I'm still
Yeah.
quite young.
Yeah.
But like, they're like, oh, always ask me questions like, oh, like, do you pay tax? And like, like, oh, why do you have a website? And like, I just like, and I felt like that was right, and that's what I was going on about before. How just doing what the heart tells you, and
For
the
real.
passion comes. Yeah, I think it just works. Like
That's it.
if you keep pushing, it will work. You just have to stick it out.
For sure. And
100%.
so we speak about so basically the main reason we started this podcast was because we have a passion for helping anyone basically chasing their dream, right? That's basically our passion, is helping others chase their dream, kind of get them a platform to talk about it. One thing we always talk about is when you have a good experience with the business, you have like it should be a consumer's obligation to share it, right? Let everyone know that you got done right with this person. Looking through your page, bro, you have testimonies from all around Australia, right? everyone's posting PerthShoePlug, you know, and like really nice photos too, like in the city, flexing their kicks and stuff. How much do you think the testimonies help? And like, you know, do you think consumers doing that for you, do you think that propels your business forward and builds trust for you?
Yeah, I definitely do think it has helped a lot. Like, you know, having a few good friends come in, like, you know, share the store, also help. Like, you know, especially a few friends that have done like TikToks, and I mean, TikTok has been crazy, but like, you know, even
Yeah.
just getting little photos, like photos with customers holding up their bag or holding up their kicks or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like what I was saying as well before, just seeing that satisfactory, like kind of feeling, you know, it's just good and
Yeah.
helping
Yeah, it
people
is.
back.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
So
yeah,
so
so
Yeah,
it's
nah,
hard to say it, like, because when in the good moment, you know, it's
that's
just
it.
yeah.
like
That's so good.
what you do right now, but you're used to this talking stuff. I mean, I can talk and sell shoes and, like, you know, talk to the customer, like, you know, see what's good with them. But like, I'm not good at this life stuff like you.
Nah, you're
No,
good, bro.
no,
You're
you
good.
do, you do.
Bro,
You
at the end of the day, bro, you're chasing your dream. You're not even thinking like in the moment, bro. You're just executing, and that's what it's all about. So, like, us talking to you is like you taking a step back and kind of looking at all of it. So, it's gonna be hard, bro. Like, you're non-stop working, you know?
Yeah.
Bro, we're talking about all your customers and stuff. I seen a what do you call it, a DM story that you posted, and it was
Yeah.
Youngn Lipz. Now tell us about that.
Yeah. That was pretty cool to see that. And
Yeah.
like, you know, because like, you know, like a little bit of music and that is good artist.
Yeah.
So
And I just start like listening to some of his music, start dancing around the house, made me feel good. Started showing my cousin, he was like, oh, yo. And like, you know, it was just sick. Like, you know, I was like, oh, like Youngn Lipz, this is PerthShoePlug. Like,
It-
it's sick.
it,
You
yeah,
know, I
for
just
real.
wouldn't have thought of it. And I mean, I had like two Eagles players come through, like West Coast
yeah,
Eagles players
Mm.
that's
come
sick.
through Sunday. So, you know, that was sick as well. And like, you know, I think a large thing as well about building your brand, word of mouth, no matter like
Definitely.
how new
Mm.
age we go into things with like social media and that
Yeah.
definitely does help. But
That's
word
it.
of mouth does build your brand as well.
Bro, all I'm
For
gonna
sh-
say is when I come to Perth, I'm going straight to your store, bro. Straight out.
Straight up, bro.
You've sold me on it.
Bro, I'm about to vlog in your store and and get all the views, bro. Straight up. By that time, PerthShoePlug on YouTube is gonna blow the fuck up. So like
Nah, it'll be sick though. It'll be sick.
for
That's
real, bro. We look forward to it when this COVID shit's over. So I just want to ask, like, in terms of networking, right? Like, you know, obviously you got Youngn Lipz in your DMs. You know, probably other big people, like you said, West Coast Eagles came through. How important do you think social media is for networking? You know, networking with other business people, networking with your consumers, networking with everyone. Like, you know, you've utilized social media to the best of its ability. Now, word of mouth is very important, but like social media for you, how is it important, and how do you think it's going to be important for anyone doing similar to what you're doing?
I think like no matter what in this day and age now, I think like social media is really important,
Yeah,
especially Instagram. Like, I think Instagram is something you can build a large customer base from.
for real.
Like, you know, there's a lot, pretty much every company, you know, is on Instagram or Facebook. But you know, if you know, not most, but like a lot of sneaker accounts,
yeah.
Mm,
um, use like with Instagram, not more so Facebook. They're a lot more active through the Instagram, and I think I'll find that myself. I'm a lot more active through Instagram, and it's
for
helping me a
real.
lot.
Yeah.
Like I've built nearly 8,000 followers within like, you know, 4 years,
Mm.
Mm,
which is awesome. Like I know some other people build some followers a lot quicker, but you know, we're trying to do this right. We ain't trying to just get these followers in and out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
We want
yeah.
legit people.
Yeah.
We want to treat them right.
And let's be real, bro. There are some people who buy their followers, and there's some people who do it genuine. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Everyone knows, like, when you got customers and you got genuine people commenting on your shit, you know you did it real. You know what I mean? So, like, the
Yeah,
follower numbers don't matter. It's about who's genuinely there for you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. And like, it's wicked to see all the support from like, even you guys. Like, I feel hell supported by jumping on this live chat we use and doing this. And also with like all the customers just sending little messages through all the ups and downs and like good times, bad times, no matter what. So
Mm.
many customers have always been there. And like, some of them have been real good. Like they come into the store once it opened,
Yeah.
like real happy for me, appreciate it. And like it's cool because a lot of these people are not grew up with, but somewhat in a way with sneakers and in its culture with sneakers. We grew
Yeah.
up through like that for the past couple of years, and a few of these people have come through, or quite a few of them, and checked the store out. And
Yeah.
like some of these guys are
Mm.
like
Yeah.
awesome. They come through and they're so proud, but
Yeah.
I know deep down I can see that's what they want to do, and like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say to everyone as well. You need to push for
Mm.
what you want to do in life, because
That's
like
it.
Yeah.
they might not want to do it, but some of them deep down I can see it. And, at the end of the day, you only live one life, so chase it.
Yeah.
For real.
Chase
And
it.
before we get to the next question, I just wanted to say, bro, like, we're
Yeah.
so blessed to have you on this podcast as well. Like, really appreciate you coming on. Like, it means a lot to us. And like, like you said, bro, everyone, you look at other people who come and support you, and it's not that they're not happy, but they want to do more, right? Like with the questions they ask you and stuff. The fact we're coming up here, bro, you're that live example of that. We want everyone to be inspired of you, you know what I mean? And that's why we love you coming on tonight.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like, we gotta support each other, man, and like supporting
For real.
you, like having your people support you. It just that's what humanity is all about. Like, there's a
For
lot
real.
of people that they see someone getting up, they stop supporting them because they're like, oh shit, like he got
Like, he
lucky,
might be
this, that.
better than us,
Yeah.
this and that. Yeah,
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 but
yeah.
then there's those people that stick with you from the ground up because they just they love supporting the person. They're like pushing them, and that's the kind of people like you got to surround yourself with, the ones that push you and
For
support
sure.
you all the way up. But yeah,
Sure.
I just want to address Alfred's comment. He said, Max, who do you think is gonna win the finals? Also, shout out for NK for L. Life.
Let's go demons.
Demon.
Demons. He's
Come
got
on,
demons, bro.
demons.
Is this what is it, like footy? Yeah, not AFL, the other one.
Yeah.
NFL. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
well,
say.
what do you guys think?
What is it?
Like for the footy AFL final, who do you think
Oh.
will win?
Oh, I don't even know who's
Bro,
playing.
I don't follow. Hey,
I don't
I'm an
follow-
Essendon supporter, bro. Once they got caught with drugs, I was done, bro. I was out, to be honest. I'm a fake supporter.
I don't
Yeah,
even
nah,
know.
fuck that.
Honestly, I don't even know who's even playing, bro.
Literally.
I see
all
a lot of
good.
people posting it on their stories and stuff. I'm like, okay.
All right.
Let's see. So like, I want to know something. I don't know if you want to share it, but it's up to you. Like, what's some of the setbacks that you had that made you like want to quit, but at the same time you're like, oh shit, like I'm gonna push through this.
Oh, I think a large thing would be not having my license.
Yeah.
Like, that is
Biggest
massive,
hassle, bro.
and it's not even like just because like or something to get some food. It's nothing like that. It's more so that like for nearly the 4 years, every day I've been catching train and bus to go pick up product and drop off product.
That's hustle.
That's hustle, bro.
Like sometimes I drop like an hour, 2 hours away, and that's like to drop one shoe maybe, but I enjoyed it, so it was worth it at the end of the day. But I think that was a large setback, and I think in the past 2 days I've tried to go for my license, and we've had no luck. That's right, because like I think just because the passion is there, I keep going.
Bro, let me just say it. I've never said this live on camera before. I've never said it to anyone. I failed my driver's license 4 times before, and I never told anyone. But I thought I'd say it now because I know you're going through it right now, bro. Trust me, I know the feeling, bro. I know the feeling. That shit is the hardest test ever.
It's not good.
All I'd say
Literally.
is, if this guy right there can get his license, bro, trust me, you will as well.
Bro, I have a clean record, right? I'm one of the best drivers.
And good man.
No comment on that.
All right, so all right, let's talk like the lifestyle, right? Like I said, there's difference between a habit and a lifestyle, bro. When you're doing this shit for 4 years, it becomes a lifestyle, yeah? That's like the shit you wake up to, the shit you sleep to. That like whole hustle mentality, right? It takes a lot out of you, yeah? Like waking up, going to do this, doing the advertising, blah blah blah, like going in out every single day, and like some days it doesn't work, some days it does. Do you recommend that lifestyle to other people? Do you think everyone's cut out for like entrepreneur, kind of own your own business, run your own shit, do things how you want kind of business? Or do you think that it's portrayed in such a way that makes it look easy, but when you get into it, most people aren't ready for the hustle?
Yeah, I mean, like that's a big thing. I mean, people make it look like it's something simple.
They do.
It's actually not.
Yeah.
I mean, like the past couple of days, like this week has killed me. Like I'm knackered, and like
Yeah.
but it's good knackered because I know I'm getting things done. And I
That's
mean,
it.
like I said, with the satisfactory kind of feeling, like that like you're doing all this stuff. Like I don't even know, like money or words can't explain it.
100.
And I think that's why I keep chasing it every single day. And I think, yeah, I mean, if you've got that there in you, which everyone does, they just don't know it. And I never knew it. Like, I thought I'd be on the street. I thought I might be locked up at this age. Like,
Yeah.
the way I was going at school, I thought I was going down. But, honestly,
Hold up.
Yeah.
it's the dream. Literally started $300. Worked a few jobs, saved no money from it because like when you're young, like working at 13, 14, 15, like in and out of school, and then start the company with $300 and
Yeah.
just chase the dream and bought those off-white Converses. And that's like you were saying with that whole beginning of that first sale as well.
Yeah.
Like just little things, all these memories along the way. Like I'm so happy and like proud and grateful of my store, but then I know there's so much more as well.
For real, for real. And Mark, before oh yeah, sorry. Oh sorry, continue, man.
No, you're right.
Oh, I was just gonna say,
well, yeah, I was just gonna say like
you go.
all right. I'll quickly just say this though, but like I know there's always so much more there, and I am proud and pleased with what I've done. But then if you've got that feeling that you can also make so much more as well, go ahead, do it, because everyone will be surprised with what they can do.
For real, bro. And
I left school in year 10. I struggle to read and write, but somehow I run a business apparently.
crazy, isn't it?
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
That's it, bro. And like you don't know until you try, yeah. Like, bro, if you listen to what school tells you, if you listen to what your circumstances told you, you would have never known, right? And I just wanted to say, like, bro, you touched on a really good point, like. Bro, that tired that you feel in comparison to the tired that you felt when you came back from school or when you worked your shitty 9-to-5 job on minimum award rate, the tired you feel when you know the shit you're doing is for yourself, you're building your future, bro, that tired is good, right? Like, bro, if you were in that bad tired phase, bro, you wouldn't be able to come on this podcast and talk about it with such inspiration, such love, such happiness for everyone, you know what I mean? And that's the biggest difference. Like, people always say, like, oh, like, what's the difference between a 9-to-5 and running your own business? You get tired either way. Yeah, but bro, you're tired for yourself. You're tired because you're running your own shit, like, bro. You're tired because you're putting in the work and you're seeing where it's going. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest difference between working for someone else and working for yourself.
Definitely.
For sure. Definitely. And Mark, did you want to touch on Aguer's comment?
Yeah. So Aguer said, "Have you come across a pair of shoes you liked so much you wouldn't sell?" He has, he has.
I don't like that question. I've sold too many shoes that like, and I think this is another thing that I have in my head. Like, I know, well, everything you can buy, like, money comes and goes. And yeah, I want to look after mom and dad. I want to look after myself. But I just, and I want to tick that box. So for now, I don't keep anything, and I haven't really kept anything from a release ever. I
Wow.
remember I bought a pair of the black and white Panda Dunks. I bought them for resale. The day I got a pair in my size, but I was like, no, I'll sell it, because I was like, I just need to keep building the business, succeed this company. But yeah, definitely had many shoes I want to keep for sure.
That's sick. And
For-
and I want to take it a bit out of topic. Igwe here, he's been trying to start a clothing brand for a while now, like since 3 years, and he keeps contemplating on the designs. I want you to tell him that, like, how it's important. Like, just, you got to take action, because he's been just making designs for 3 years over and over,
And we tell him every single one is crazy. Because they're
and
nice.
he's never satisfied.
Yeah. Nah, see, and I like with my friends are like, they want to do music and that, like, they might be like tattoo artists or something like that. And they're like, oh, like, does this look good? Like, I'm always say, like, show people your work. Always get feedback, but choose wisely you show, especially with like clothing, or like a new business idea, or like with a new clothing brand. Definitely, like, we're showing designs to the right people, like, and it could be like family, real close friends, and hopefully they don't steal your design, or even posting something, starting up an Instagram, and just starting to build your company already, and just seeing where it could go. You might not be happy with the design, and like, sometimes I'm not happy with the sneakers I purchase, but I
Yeah.
purchase them because this is the culture, this is the love. Like, I
100.
personally like some of the shoes, but we've got to buy them, because customers like it, and that's the same with your designs. You might not like exactly how your designs are, but some customers, they will go wild for that.
Yeah, and bro, we always say it, like, bro, you just gotta let it, like, you just gotta execute, because at the end of the day, bro, when you're gonna be hypercritical of yourself because it's yourself, right? But when you let it out in the market, you let the market decide. You know what I mean? Like, so many people get stuck, and including me, bro. Me and Mark have been there, where we're like, bro, it's not the perfect moment yet. It's not the perfect moment yet. 3 years later, it's not the perfect moment yet. It's not like, there is no perfect moment, right? Like, you gotta fail, bro. You gotta execute, And I think people get stuck in that design phase. Like, we're not talking about a great talk in general. Every single person that wants to start a business, they're like, oh, it's not the right time, and they have everything planned out, and they're just too scared to execute. But I think it's really important, like what you said, like, letting people know, showing, but knowing yourself what's good and really getting on it is like so important. And I just wanted to like emphasize that point. So again, another question. He said, when you started your company, were you worried of what people would say? This is a good one.
Yeah, like, definitely, and I still was worried, and still am to this day, on like how people see the company, how I present the company, how my website is laid out. There's a lot of things that I'm not happy with. I'm proud of it, but I'm
Yeah.
not happy with it. I always know there's more to add, and I think
For sure.
being a business owner, that's, or anyone in life, for example, there's always so much more you can add, and we are happy with what we've done, but we know we can also do so much more as well. And like, yeah, that's why I also did start this company at such a young age too, because I was like, give it a go, see where it lands, and like, it's landed here so far. So just give it a go.
Right.
Like, that's honestly the best advice I could
No, it
give.
is, bro.
Awesome.
It
Just give it a go.
Yeah.
You touched on an important thing there, and I was talking to Mark. I don't know if it was last night or this morning. I was talking to him about like our business and our page and stuff like that, and I was like to him, we should change this, we should do that. And then I said to him, I know we're doing great things. I know people are loving what we're doing, but I'm never satisfied because I know there's always room for improvement. And you said that
sure.
just before as well. And it's, bro, people like need to like understand, because when you're in a market, as much as you're doing the best thing, as much as you're providing the best value to people or selling the best sneakers is that, you gotta understand that there's always someone around the corner coming for you, coming like your competitors. So you gotta always be a step ahead, and that's what's
For sure,
important.
and not only competitors, bro, yourself, bro.
Yeah.
The person you were before, the business you were yesterday. You always want to be better than it the next day, right? And like I have two hatreds in life for things, right? And the one is comfortability, and the second one is regret. Right, the minute you get comfortable, bro, you stop trying. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
feel like you got what you wanted, and you don't want to move anymore. And regret, it's because you're too comfortable. You start to regret everything that you didn't do. So like constantly having that gotta get it mentality, even though you know you've made it that far, bro, that's the shit that keeps you going, right? Like that's the most important thing. And going off this topic, what was the biggest inspiration for you? Like, was there anyone you looked up to? Was there anything, your family, your friends, like what was it for you that really pushed you other than your own passion?
Yeah, I think like a lot of things have.
Yeah,
Like honestly, like we don't realize how lucky we are, in life. Like, we got to be so grateful and
for real.
um, grateful. And, I mean, joy. I don't know the word, but
Yeah,
you just have to appreciate life. And and I
Right.
think that's like there's a lot of people I do look up to, and I always will.
yeah.
Like one of them like is like a great grandfather, and
Mm.
seeing him own his own orchard at like 80 years old, he would have like us kids on a golf buggy, he'd be going to pick his fruit still. Like, he didn't have a shop or anything anymore, but he'd still go down, pick his fruit. And like, I could see that was something he loved. And I think that's also something inspired me quite a lot.
Sick.
For sure.
You know, I just need to say one more thing, like, and
Yeah.
that goes back to like just looking back on life and we've like all had our ups and downs, and then so many little things, like something simple like that. We need to appreciate it a whole lot more than we already do. Just because like a little thought for me that coming, like you saying that, me thinking about it, like that's a big thing for me, and it's something so little, just a moment.
Can I just say, bro, you're so fucking inspiring, straight up, bro. Like, I can't, bro. I can't imagine for the people watching, because right now, bro, I'm feeling inspired, bro. Wallah, like, straight up.
That's
It's just like and I do want to inspire people, like
Yeah, yeah.
this is something so small, like you can't buy it. I mean, you could do it. It was an action, it was a
Mm,
moment.
yeah,
But it's not something like like money has helped the business a lot, but then having a work ethic has made this whole thing happen. And I
yeah.
think
for
seeing him have that work ethic his whole life was just like, yep, it's my turn to put life into play, like actual play.
for
Not
sure.
playing around.
Sick. With with all this worth it, with all this work ethic, I want to know what's the next 5 year plan for you. Because
I, I do have plans for hopefully another store eventually. Like I hope to progress to another store and hopefully have 2 stores here in Perth eventually. Like that is a real big goal for me. Who knows if it can happen? But that is a
Yeah,
real large goal. So if we can make it happen, it happens. But that's what like I kind of I think a big thing is having these goals written down and having things planned out definitely, but
yeah,
also like you were saying, putting things actually into play. So
yeah,
trying to grind hard right now, hoping for in that next year to 6 months I can progress to a new store. Like that would be awesome. And I think right now I'm just dealing with like hopefully building the website a bit more, adding some features into it, like also building the Instagram, being a bit more active once again, because like a while ago used to be active every single day, would do, 30 posts, and that's like a lot of sneaker accounts. And I think
They're
it's a
so
good thing
nice.
because
Yeah.
me saying there's too many shoes, too many shoes.
Yeah. Um.
But
uh,
yeah, no, you're right.
Oh, I was just gonna. No, you can continue. You can continue.
No, you're right. You're right. All good.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll get to Aguirre's comment in a sec, Mark. I just wanted to ask, like, this is really important for people. Like, people get scared that, they don't have it in them to start a business or do shit that, like, other people aren't doing. Main reason for that is because people, they pitch it to their mates, they pitch their idea to their mates, and their mates are like, bro, you ain't shit, bro. Like, you're not going to be able to do it, yeah? Everyone has haters on the come up. Everyone. Right? I think when you start to stray away from the herd, you start to get a lot of fucking hate, and you gotta have that not give a fuck mentality to an extent, right? You gotta like, cause they look at the short term, you look at the long term. In your head, you have it all planned out. In their head, you don't, right? How do you have that not give a fuck mentality and just push through all the fucking hate and all the doubt and everything? Cause that's massive, and heaps of people struggle with that.
Like, and you're saying that like with that mentality and saying you do have it all planned out in your head. Like, I think that's what I can see with you guys too. Like when you were saying that, you have it all planned out in your head, and you do have stuff like backed up, written up,
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah.
But like what you want, you can see what you want with it, and you're following it. You're not just saying you're gonna do it, or like for example, you show your mates, they laugh at you or something. I mean, like obviously had that myself, have had like a little bit of family, just think it's not doable,
Yeah.
and like it definitely is like like if you stick to it and you have that all planned out in your head and start actually putting those into actions, because like anything, oh well, not like anything but a lot of things,
Mostly.
actions mean more than words.
100, bro.
Like anyone can say they'd open a store, or anyone could say, like you started up your account and you have the YouTube, the Twitch, the
Yeah.
Instagram, all this, and you say, oh yeah, we're doing this, but now look at you're actually putting it into play, and we're here now doing it. Like, and I think that's a big thing. Like people just need to go ahead and just do it. Like like
For real.
the clothing brand, yeah, like just go ahead and do it. Just see what, like, start up an account, share it around with friends, see what people think, get some ideas, even if you don't like it, because that's what I thought this Instagram account. I was like, oh yeah, like just try sell some shoes. Like on
Yeah.
it, it started becoming a new thing, like kind of here in Australia. And I'd seen like quite a few resale accounts in the US with like young kids buying like their parents' cars, and that are like 16, 17 years
It's
old.
crazy,
And I'm
bro.
just like, I'm like, man, okay. Like, but that's another drive, like a motivation drive there as well, like seeing stuff like that. And I know that's the US, but I mean, if you put the action into play, well, it could potentially happen. You don't know if you don't give it a shot.
For real,
So-
for real.
Let's see.
Did you want to address the guys? Yeah.
Yeah, so Agues said, last question, did you have any expectations when you entered the sneaker market and where they met?
Like I did have expectations, like when you first new into business, like I didn't think it was going to be a hustle, like a full-time job. But I was planning for it. I definitely was planning for it. But when I started like getting into it a bit more, it was just like, okay, this is sick. A year in, things were the same for a while. A year and a half, still good. And then bang, 2 years. Oh, sneakers changed like hell, and I didn't expect that. And I mean, it's like not saturated the market, but like so many accounts opening up. Like it is really good. Like the culture and the love is growing here so much. Like not similar to the US, but somewhat similar. And I think it's such a great thing. But like, yeah, just gotta go ahead and do it.
Right.
For sure.
Bro, I'll say something. Yeah, it was like 3 years ago. I tried to get into the sneaker business, and I bought I bought, it was the self-lacing Nike shoes, and I bought them.
Yeah,
And when I checked the resale price on StockX, it was like really bad. So I contacted Foot Locker. I'm
yeah.
like, I accidentally bought them. Can I get a refund? And I was so happy I got a refund because they were $1,000 at the time, and I couldn't lose that $1,000.
Bang.
But yeah, that's some dumb shit I
It's
did.
alright. Like, you know, you gave it a shot, bro.
Yeah.
You gave it a shot.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
I knew I wasn't cut out for it, man.
And I think that's another thing in like business. You need to expect like changes and that.
Yeah.
Like over the years of doing it, there's been so many changes, and like no one likes changes, but you got to adapt to the changes. And
For real.
like like you said before, you didn't you didn't know about changing things,
Yeah.
but then deep down you got to like change things up or do something different.
For real.
Yeah, I get that. Bro, you're touching on like the points that we speak about every time, like
You're
adaptability
the
and all
living
that
example. Yeah.
shit. You're like, it's like you've been watching every single hit where it hurts for the past 2 months, bro. It's crazy, bro. And we've
literally, bro.
just known you for a week. That's insane.
It's
Respect.
insane.
Like it shows that like you're
But
knowledgeable
it's
in this field, and that's why like
well,
yeah, like you having that knowledge is what like made your business, bro, successful. That's respect.
So, in terms, oh yeah, sorry, go.
yeah, sorry, I want to stop you real quick on one thing there as well. Like, and I think yeah, like also seeing how other companies work and run, and it's not even like just sneaker, like any company, just seeing how they run.
Yeah,
it's definitely like you bring it into your own, and you're like, okay, how could I do that different? Or you see something how they maybe treat a customer, or how they deliver packages, or like just there's so many little touches, and you start picking so much things up on the way, and it's like just wicked. I love it.
For sure.
Just
for sure.
learning so much new stuff every day. Like there's a bunch of stuff, even what you guys are doing right now, there's so much stuff you will be learning and just be like, what the hell? Like I've never done this before.
Yeah.
Months down, look at you. Because sorry, how long have you guys been doing this for?
How long? About
so
almost a year.
now, so Zorus Media, this one, it started. We launched in January, but it was in a like we were planning it for like the
Too
6
long.
months before we launched it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we've always like we had a business before that, which was Shisha at Your Door. So we were like the first Shisha delivery in Melbourne.
Yeah, and
so
that was really good.
That like popped the hell off, but then because of like COVID and all this shit, we had to close down. So we were like,
and yeah, and sometimes you got to change, bro. Like Shisha was good, I'll be honest, bro. The money was good, whatever. But I mean, there was no real like longevity in it for me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we deliver their Shisha, they enjoy their Shisha, but like, bro, we want to make changes in the world. We want to help as many people as we can, and like delivering Shisha, it's nice and everything, but the way we do it now is like the fact that we get to get on this podcast and inspire so many people, bro. That hits different to me than making a few dollars off like Shisha and shit. So I fucking love that. And so just like a question from the comments, which market do you target your marketing? Is it only in Australia?
Like I do offer worldwide shipping on the online store, but in saying that, like I do not prefer, but like I do want to keep my customers here in Australia.
Yeah.
Like compared to the US or Europe or other countries, like our stock level isn't as high. I mean, sometimes it can be, but not really. So like, I want to look after the people here, and give them what they want, kind of thing. Like, especially in Perth, where the market has grown quite large, and the love and culture over the past few years. Like, you would see no one here at Perth really wearing Jordans. Like, you might see like some Jordan Eclipses, just like some like, just like cheaper Jordans that was just like not like a 1 or a 4 or a 6 or something like that, something a bit more limited.
Yeah.
Not like a general release. So it's just like yeah, it's wicked to see the culture grow.
I just have one more question. So you know, like when people want, so like we talk about gaps in the market and stuff like that, right? And this is a little bit of a plug and a little bit of a question that will help out other people. When you were starting your shoe brand, you had to like kind of know that you were going to be different from whatever's in the market right then, right? Or else people would just go to other people. What is it about PerthShoePlug and Max Weston that separates you from the market as being your own entity in terms of your personal branding? Because we're big on that. We're big on personal branding, and like just overall your store and your branding. What separates you from the rest of other people doing the same shit and the whole market?
I think a large thing here is like in Perth, everyone knows like everyone kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's like it's a small place, but it's a big place. We got the biggest state in the country, but you know everyone knows everyone kind of thing in Perth.
for real.
But like yeah, with saying that, like you know, it's really like had people back me, and come support the store. Sorry, can you say your question just again, bro?
Oh yeah. Fuck, I lost it. Hang on.
So,
2 seconds. What separates like basically TLDR, like what separates you from, because when you started your brand, you'd have to understand that you were gonna be different, right? Not only because you're you and no one's gonna do it like you, but what else was it about PerthShoePlug that set it off completely different from the market, right? Because no one's gonna be like PerthShoePlug now.
Yeah, so sorry, what I was saying with like getting back to with the people here in Perth, like I think a
Yeah.
lot of them like I kind of said, growing up with them in the culture of sneakers here in Perth, and them seeing me want to do things right,
Yeah.
and like showing that I was a legit person, honest person. Like you know, when I used to go down to lineups nearly every single weekend,
Yeah.
like you know, every now and then would run the line, you know, just try help the line out, and I think that's a big thing that's helped my company grow here in Perth. Just people knowing that I was legit through kind of helping out with lines and trying to show that I was a good person. And,
Yeah.
you know, that I was just this young little kid trying to start up a company and do this for a full-time job. And I think, yeah, that's a, like, I do have friends and family over East and that, you know, they share it with a lot of friends and, you know, have gained like followers and customers from it, also sales, which is awesome. But then also having things like product sourcing, which is something no stores here offer in Perth. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I reckon if you do ask them for certain shoes, like, you know, there they would, but like we offer it all the time. And I think that's one reason why I'm so tired, because, you know, I'm trying to source all these products as well.
For sure.
It's
For sure.
draining me a little bit because there's already 60 minutes to look for. But yeah, I think like having small things like that, there's like, you know, there's so many little things
Of
that
course.
you have to build over time that make the company.
The biggest
And
difference.
yeah, I think those two are my main things. And then I think over as we build over time, like in the past we had like a fair rate like products and that, but then over, you know, the years as the market's changed a bit more, it's a bit harder to get your hands on limited product and that. But you know, as we get bigger, you know, we'll start selling more stock. You know, we're hoping to get some Travis Scotts in, you know, by the end of the month and things like that. And just, yeah, really building the company and yeah, having different product to other stores. Because, you know, at the end of the day, every store can have the same product in, you know, certain pairs, but then, you know, you gotta have those little eye openers as well that
That's
people
it.
turn their heads for.
The little stuff. Yeah.
Gotta be the first one up there.
And I think, yeah, I had a bit of that in the past, not so much towards now, but we're working on it, getting a lot more of it back in.
Yeah.
And I think it's definitely going to happen over this next couple of months for sure.
100%.
When do we get our complimentary Jordans?
When you come to Perth,
I bet. We'll see you then, bro.
Oh shit. Do you have so Mark, did you have anything else to say you wanted to add?
Oh, Oh yeah. I was gonna say. So last question as we come to the wrap up. Just want to say thank you for everyone for watching this far. Sorry for keeping you here so long, bro, Max. I know you're tired, but bro, you just provided so much value. We fucking love you. Any advice, like final advice, right? Like for anyone pursuing a flipping dream, and also any messages to any of your competitors in general.
Like with honestly, I feel like I've covered it, but I'm gonna say
Yeah, you have.
You know, we need people to know this stuff. Like, you know, go with the heart, go with the mind, follow that dream. Like, you know, I built this company from $300. Like, you know, I am lucky enough to be in like a good home.
Yeah.
Have, you know, like good parents, you know, have a roof over my head, like, you know, and if you have those opportunities, then, you know, $300 in this day and age, you know, kid my age or, you know, a couple of years younger, I know they can get that because we had that, you know, when we were. So, you know, if you got that little bit of money, try to do something maybe like investing. I don't know, something you want to do and something you enjoy, and just take a big leap. Like, you know, I think that's a big thing in business. You just need to like forget about all the risks, because, you know, if you don't take the risk, well, then there's no reward.
There's no reward. That's it.
You ended it all right on point, straight out.
Right on point. That's it. That's what. Oh, any message for your competitors? Come on, bro. You can't duck out of that one.
We got one for the competitors. Keep working hard. Stay humble and keep working hard.
Hey.
That's it. Always humble.
Respect, mate. Respect.
Humble bloke for a humble bloke.
That's it.
I want to see everyone eat. You know what I mean?
For sure, bro.
100%. I love that.
It's good to see people do good as well. Like, you know, if you're gonna focus on someone doing a lot better than you, it's just gonna bring you down, bring bad vibes,
you
know, negative thoughts to you all the time, and you know you're just gonna be upset, jealous. And you know, you do need to look at other stores. Like for me, I look at other stores or other sneaker companies, and I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing, see how I could potentially do things. But you know, I don't go like, you know, like I don't want to be that person who's like, you know, like these other stores are shit, or, you know, like
of course.
And you know, seeing people do well is just gonna drive you even further.
100%.
100, bro.
I agree that.
Yeah.
Do you have any closing remarks, or was that all for you, bro?
I would say that's all. That's all. Like,
Sweet as.
It's been awesome to chat, and when you come to Perth, look after you, alright? And
definitely, bro. Definitely gonna be making the trip there soon. After all this COVID, once I get my jabs, I'll be good.
No, but the jab.
No, I just want to say, bro, honestly, thank you for coming on. For everyone that's watching and that's gonna be watching when the podcast is uploaded, make sure to go check his store, check his Instagram and his Perth. What is it? Yeah, you do it, cause I'm tripping that today.
Yeah. Hey, Max, really tired. Guys, thank you so much for coming to watch Hit It Where It Hurts. Thank you, Max Weston, for coming on, bro. We wish you all the best with your shoe store, bro. We fucking look forward to it. We look forward to coming to Perth. Thank you for all the viewers, all the questions. We love you all. Make sure you guys go and follow this Max Weston at PerthShoePlug on IG. It's gonna be on Facebook. Make sure you go support him, show some love. Do you have any other socials other than IG you want us to shout out?
Not yet.
No.
Bet all good. PerthShoePlug on IG, guys. Go follow him. Go show him some love. Thank you so much for coming on, Max, bro. It really means the world. You inspired so many people. We love you all. We're live every single night at 8:30 p.m. and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.